everyone, my name is Razamir and we're looking at problem number 33. Now, for problem number 33 is a more of a proportionality problem. So you say the cost of coffee is directly proportional to the amount purchased. Now, if 2.5 pounds of coffee costs $15, how many pounds of coffee can be bought with $12? So since we're directly proportional means if one increases, then the other one has to increase with it. So that means in this case, if the cost of coffee, cost of coffee is so you see the cost of coffee, right, is directly proportional to the amount purchased, right? So that means if the cost increases, so will the amount purchased will also increase, right? So if 2.5 pounds of coffee costs 15 pounds, so the amount in this case, if is 2.5 pounds, so let's say 2.5 pounds. So this whole question is more ratio based. So if say 2.5 pounds will cost you about $15, right? So how many pounds of coffee will be cost by 12, right? So remember we said it's directly proportional. So if you realize that this decreased from 15 to 12, it decreased. So you're gonna assume that it's gonna you can probably predict it's gonna be lower than 2.5 right away, right? Let's call that to be x. Now one way to solve that is you can cross multiply, right? You can treat them as fractions basically. You can treat this whole thing as fractions. So that will make it 15 over 12 is equal to 2.5 over x, right? Now to solve the x, I can cross multiply on both sides. Or before we do that, let's try to simplify and make it easier on ourselves. So if I divide by, we can simplify this by 3, right? That'll make it 5 over 4. And once I'm done with that, I can cross multiply on both sides to get a solution from it. So I can say my x in quotations is going to be 5x is equal to 2.5 times 4, right? 2.5 times 4 is 10. So I'm going to put 10 here and that's 5x. Now to find the x, I'm going to divide it by 5, right? So that's going to cancel it off. It's going to give me 2. So that means for $12, I can only find 2 pounds, which pretty much satisfies our curiosity where you say 2.5. Since the price decrease, the money that you have to buy the pounds decreases, the number of coffee you're going to find is going to decrease with it. So that will be the solution for this one.